Ryan Reynolds, it is the closest to real that it gets. I know everyone, the bear. No. Waiting. It's a classic movie if you've ever been a server. My wife was a waitress for 15 years. But I got to say this, B.
I still haven't finished The Bear, by the way.
You're not
the last 3 episodes. First season 1 was great. Season 2.
Overrated. But I'll say this. Are we sure Brock Purdy's going to want to reset the quarterback market? He's got all of these other NIL type deals going on all over the place.
That means absolutely nothing. That means absolutely
Instead
nothing.
Instead of $61 million, what if he says, I'll take 51?
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Shut up. I am represented by an entire vegetable in corn. I might as well just chop a little off.
Where's the January cut? He's going to reset the quarterback market. He's going to reset the quarterback market if he plays at the level he played at last season.
If he doesn't get the full bag, think of the conquering hero.
Watching so much. He's going to leave $3 million off the table. We're going to, Brock Purdy left $3 million off the table. Celebrate, blah, blah, blah.
Because that's who he is. He's a winner, like Brady.
Okay.
You think those narratives aren't coming. They are.
Man, I don't care about those narratives. Isaiah Likely after the game, because he walked through the tunnel and KC fan was yelling at him. He goes, you stink. And he basically said, screw you, B word. I'm trying to paraphrase. But then after he got to the podium, and he was even spicier. Hear from Isaiah Likely on how he feels about the Kansas City Chiefs.
This is probably the worst game we're going to play all year. So if this is their best that they got, good luck in the postseason.
You know what? I've been thinking about this long and hard.
Isaiah Likely?
I just think about this from a national perspective. The majority of people are waking up this morning and they're saying to themselves, Baltimore's really good. They have no chance of beating Kansas City in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They just have no chance. And poor Lamar, it's just his regular seasons are unreal. And he's just like Steve Young prior, like a James Harden, like so many other guys. His postseasons have been spotty at best.
Well, you think about the Zay
awesome.
Flowers, but you think about the Zay Flowers fumble. It's a 17-17 game. 17-17.
He didn't run in that game.
I know he did, but all I'm saying though is Zay Flowers, if he scores, he doesn't fumble. It's a 17-17 game. So I'm not going to go and say they don't have a shot against Kansas City.
No one's saying that. They
obviously have a shot against Kansas City.
A shot is different from, are you taking Baltimore? I can't see them as a legitimate threat in the AFC to beat Kansas City right now.
They're a legit threat to be they're a Super Bowl contender. Let's be real. The 3 best teams in the league right now, Kansas City, Baltimore, and the Niners. Baltimore not in that Super Bowl conversation? They're the division of the Super Bowl. Who's better? All right, take Kansas City out. Who's better than Baltimore?
I can't see, that's the problem.
All right, who's better than Baltimore in the AFC outside of Kansas City?
I don't think Cincinnati is a better overall football team than Baltimore. I just have seen Joe Burrow and Cincinnati take it to Kansas City. I have yet to see that from Baltimore. So it's hard for me to believe. So as I fast forward this, I'm thinking about the Niners, and I'm like, the Niners absolutely have to beat the Chiefs in the regular season for the psyche of themselves, for the psyche of the fan base. You gotta exercise those demons. You gotta beat them one time.
I hear you.
Look, Baltimore. I hear,
but outside of the AFC, but again, if Kansas City's the better team,
they are.
We know that.
We
know that. Who's better than Baltimore? The rest of the way.
I'm telling you, I cannot unsee that Baltimore against Kansas City, to me, has no shot.
But is Buffalo better than Baltimore?
I've seen Buffalo lose at the wire twice.
But are they better than Baltimore?
No, but it's not about this. It's not transient property. I'm going matchups. Matchups.
Yeah. But I hear that. To say that Baltimore, to dismiss them in the AFC.
I am.
A lot of other teams. That's fine. You can dismiss them all you want to. But all I'm saying is, Kansas City's right there. We know the AFC goes through Kansas City.
Yes.
But who the hell's going to be Baltimore on the way there?
I don't know, but I know that if Baltimore is faced up against KC, they can't beat them. They just can't.
They're 1-5 against Kansas City. I get it. Nobody can beat Kansas City. Buffalo can't beat Kansas City.
No doubt.
Buffalo hasn't beat them. You know what I'm saying?
If it's Joe Burrow, went down to the wire. If it's Joe Burrow on the other side, because I've seen it and because he's done it, I give them more benefit of the doubt. It is about matchups. So Baltimore in a vacuum isn't they're going to rattle off 12 wins this year. It might be more. They're awesome. I love the Derrick Henry addition. I think they're a really, really, really good team. I think Lamar is one of the best football players I've ever seen. And it just sucks that against them, they can't get over it.
I'm not going to overreact to one game.
I'm not going to do that. I'm reacting to multiple years of data.
I'm not going to. It's a new year. It's a new season. And even Cincinnati, how many wins do they have against Kansas City?
I think it's 2.
In the playoffs?
No, I'm saying the one in the AFC Championship game, and I think they beat them in the regular season.
They've been in regular season once. Okay, they beat them in
no one matters to me.
But the Ravens have beat Kansas City once in the regular season. They're 1-5 now against Kansas City. So Burrow's got the 2 wins.
Okay.
Burrow's got the 2 wins.
Yeah.
The 1 win in the AFC Championship game, they get full credit for that. But also, I look at it on the flip side, I said, Kansas City had a 21-3 lead. They blew that damn game. Going for it right before halftime. Mahomes was uncharacteristically throwing interceptions. He had the Tyreek Hill debacle. So nobody's beating Kansas City. But when I look at the rest of the AFC, I'm saying, well, Baltimore may get another shot. Because who the hell's going to beat Baltimore in a way? You taking Cleveland over Baltimore? You taking Cincinnati over Baltimore? You taking Buffalo over Baltimore? You taking the Jets over Baltimore? You taking the Dolphins over Baltimore? So all I'm saying is they will have a shot. And that AFC Championship game was nip and tuck. I get Kansas City is better. Let Baltimore figure out Derrick Henry. Let them work in their passing game a little bit more. Let Mark Andrews get into rhythm. They will have another shot to play Kansas City. Now, will I take Baltimore to beat Kansas City? No, I won't. But to say they don't have a shot, I'm not going to go that far.
Yeah, I am. It's zero shot.
Yeah,
they just have zero shot.
Yeah,
Lamar
I'm not saying that.
Well, I'm telling you, they don't have the weaponry on the outside, and he's not accurate enough to beat that team. Like, you have to play a near perfect game, and I just don't think that he can do it.
Let's go to.
And I love him. He's a great player. He's a freaking great player. But for whatever reason, they got their number.
They'll run Henry more. They'll get Justice Hill involved more. They'll get this passing game rolling here. Baltimore's going to be. They're going to have a shot. They're going to have a shot. I'm not going to say they don't have. They were in that game again. Zay Flowers fumbles at the goal line for crying out loud. 17-10. That's a tied up ball game. Crowds back into it. Who the hell knows what happens after that? Now, a lot of people are saying, well, it's Mahomes, Bunter. It's Mahomes. I don't know. It's in Baltimore. Baltimore, for the most part of last season, was the best team in the NFL. Was the best team. They completely adjusted tonight. I'll tell you what, going to the Super Bowl, I didn't want to play Baltimore. I thought Kansas City was a better matchup for the Niners.
Everybody thinks Baltimore is really good. I'm telling you, they can't beat Kansas City. They don't have. You have to be able to pick them apart from the pocket and then make a couple of extra plays. And I just don't see them being able to do it. He missed 2 guys in the end zone late.
So you know what?
He's a great player.
If nobody could beat Kansas City and nobody has a shot against Kansas City, why get emotional about the NFL season?
No, the Niners have the personnel to beat them. The Niners have the personnel to beat them.
So Lamar's got one more win against Kansas City than the Niners do. Shanahan has never beaten Kansas City.
And the Niners played them better than them.
They're 1-5. What do you mean? Niners got blown out in 2019 by Kansas City. 2018.
Yeah,
all right. They got blown out in the regular season at Levi Stadium. They've lost with Brock Purdy. They've lost 2 Super Bowls against Kansas City. Last year, they got shut down in the Super Bowl by Kansas City. We haven't beat them once. I guarantee you Baltimore has a better chance to beat Kansas City than the Niners have right now.
We lost in overtime. Like we're now picking about who's. I'm just saying the Niners offense can do things that the Ravens offense against them can't do, and you're taking a minority opinion.
They were a toe away from tying the football game last night.
They were down 10 points. That game should have been over.
Yeah, well, no, Justin Tucker misses a 53-yard field goal, very uncharacteristic of him. They literally were a toe away from tying the football game, and they were going to go for 2. They were literally
Mahomes every round of
came
last
down
year's
to the
playoffs.
final play.
Everybody had Baltimore finally knocking off Kansas City. That team, they've got their number. That just happens in sports sometimes.
They literally lost on the final play of the game. To say they have zero chance to beat Kansas City, they were Isaiah likely told, hell, if Lamar's accurate on the previous play, they tie the game anyway, or go for 2, or maybe lose by 1. So I'm not going to say they don't have a shot.
No, I am.
I mean,
that's where I'm at.
They've played Kansas City tougher than the Niners have.
What?
They've played Kansas City tougher than the Niners have.
The Niners lost in the overtime, Monte.
They lost on the final play last night. They lost 17-10 in the AFC Championship game.
I watched that AFC Championship game. Lamar
we all did.
Was horrible.
We all did.
Horrible.
So here we are.
Horrible.
If we got no shot, if nobody has a shot at Kansas City, what's the point of getting emotional about football?
No, the Niners do have a shot because they can do things offensively that the Ravens can't. They actually can win on the outside, and they can actually, from the pocket, beat them. Yes.
They didn't last year in the Super Bowl.
Well, I know they didn't in the one-off game. Yeah.
They didn't in the regular season.
That's why we play again in the regular season. And that's why, to me, the bigger take is, and this is where I'm going with it, I continue to say it, The Niners have to win the regular season game for me and the fan base and everyone, the players, to have that belief that they can do it again in the Super Bowl. That's why they have to do it. That's why last night's game, to me, was psychologically humongous for the Ravens. They have to prove to themselves they can do this.
That we match up better than them. Did we not watch Baltimore come in here at Levi Stadium on Christmas Day?
Those are different games. Those are different matchups.
Completely undress us. If anybody has a personality, Kansas City wouldn't be Baltimore. They have a running quarterback who can get out the pocket, who ran for 100 yards. They got speed outside. Their receivers were winning last night. Isaiah Likely was winning. I watched the Super Bowl. We were at Las Vegas. Debo couldn't get off no jam against Kansas City. Brandon Ayuk got bracketed and got completely taken out of the game. And the way they used their tight ends last night with Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews, George Kittle, how many targets did he get in the Super Bowl? We had to use him to pass block against Kansas City. Pass block.
We can disagree, and you can make all the arguments you want. I am of the belief that Baltimore needed to win that game to prove to themselves and to everyone else that they could actually go out and beat that team.
Well,
until I see it, I won't believe it.
Well, Isaiah Likely.
This is probably the worst game we're going to play all year. So if this is their best that they got, I mean, good luck in the postseason.
It doesn't sound like they're rattled. It doesn't sound like they're triggered.
I don't think it was even close to the best the Chiefs can play.
They weren't even talking. They were talking like, yeah, we'll see this team again, and we got something for them. That's how they would. I mean,
it's frustrating to Shasky's point, though, if I am a Ravens fan, because it didn't feel like they played their best. The Chiefs did not play their best at all yesterday. It felt like a B- game.
Yeah, the Ravens didn't play their best either. They're trying to figure out Dan Henry, and the game came down to a toe. Literally went toe-to-toe. Literally went toe-to-toe with the Kansas City Chiefs.
It feels like the Chiefs can still not play at their best and beat 99% of the league, but everyone else has to play their best.
I don't think Baltimore has to play a perfect game. I don't know about that. I don't know. Let's go to Frontline and Admission. Frontline, what's happening?
Frontline's in the house. How you guys doing? Joe Sasky and Bonte Hill.
What's up, baby?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was at the summit the other day. I had the medical scrubs on. Joe Sasky, very cool guy. He met Carl. I appreciate you guys. You guys bring a lot of energy to the show, which I like and everything. That's all I want to say. You guys have a great show. Peace.
That's my guy. This is the guy who shaves every day his head and listens to us?
Yes, sir.
That's
a lot of dedication.
Thanks for coming out there.
That's a lot of dedication to shave every day.
Hey, look good.
I know, man.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's a lot of, like, I always tell myself, Frontline, I'm gonna shave every day. I'm gonna shave. And I go 4 days. I'm like, I'll get back to it.
Yeah, but you look good with the beard.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just shaving underneath the scruff and stuff like that.
I can't stand having the beard because it gets itchy, and it doesn't grow in, and I don't think it looks good.
Got to get the nice little moisturizer.
No, yours looks good.
You got to get the moisturizer. You got to wash it.
Yeah, I don't like how it
beard cream. Yeah.
Beard cream.
Yeah, you guys are all
shout out to my boy Mondo. Shout out to Mondo. You know Mondo. Shout out to Mondo. Hook me up with some great beard cream, man.
What do you guys use? What's the brand?
I forget what the brand is. I got to look at it.
Mine's not thick enough to use it, but yeah, Bonte probably needs to.
Well, yours looks good because it's like light in some spots and like it looks really good.
Let's go to.
No, I mean it. I just don't. I don't have a good one.
Brett SF. Brett SF. What's happening?
Hey, there is one quarterback that's undefeated against Patrick Mahomes, and that's Jared Goff. 2-0. So the Kansas City Chiefs can be beaten.
Wow.
And I think they're not going to go undefeated like you guys are.
Are you a Goff fan? I didn't even know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the greatest game ever. He got an SB when it was his Rams beat him 49-47.
Oh yeah, that Thursday night game.
And then they beat him. The Lions beat him on Thursday Night Football. So he's 2-0. So
wow, I didn't know that.
Let's not count out those Lions.
Yeah, Barber's beard.